ESPN has cut 500 jobs. It's the biggest job cut in the history of ESPN. It's brutal. It's absolutely brutal. I feel for all the people that are losing their jobs right now at ESPN. This is the culmination, and it will continue. It's not over yet. This is what I told you over the past several years was going to happen. ESPN's business is going to collapse. It is now collapsing. They are on the way to losing 50% of their cable and satellite subscribers. What's fascinating about this is when I started writing about this, ESPN had 100 million subscribers in 2012. You can go back and read the things that I wrote in 2012. I said they are in significant trouble. New forecasts are that by 2025, and this is probably still being lenient, they're only going to have 50 million subscribers. That's 50 million lost subscribers for ESPN. I got some quick math here for you. I think it's going to blow your mind. 50 million lost subscribers. I'm not even sure that I can do the math correctly here. Times $10 a month, which is what ESPN has been making, times 12 months a year. That is, I believe, $6.9 billion a year in lost revenue that ESPN is going to lose in the years ahead. That's unbelievable when you think about the impact on the bottom line. Somebody can go through that and make sure that my math is correct. The answer is billions and billions of dollars of lost revenue, and it's why they're going to continue to cut. They have no other options in order to try and protect their business. And frankly, I would almost guarantee you that Disney is trying frantically to figure out a way to spin ESPN off or to sell it to someone else. Because, and this is interesting from a business perspective, ESPN doesn't produce hardly any original content. If you think about what business Netflix, Disney Plus, Hulu, all of the HBO Plus or whatever the heck it's called, all of the streaming services by and large are about what? Controlling their own original content. ESPN produces almost no original content that actually matters. They rent the right to put games on from someone else. Well, that might make sense potentially as a distribution partner, but in terms of original content that matters, ESPN has almost none. Think about this. HBO, for all time now, will have Game of Thrones. If my kids want to sit down and watch an episode of Game of Thrones when they get old enough to see it, that's going to have value for HBO for years to come. Friends, Seinfeld, The Office, old sitcoms have massive value for all of those streaming services because some people just want to veg out in this serious time that we live and kick back and watch an old episode of The Office or Friends or Seinfeld or whatever it may be. Same thing for movies. You'll go back and nostalgically watch an old movie. Last night, I asked my 6-year-old what he wanted to watch. My kids have already pivoted to Christmas now that it's November. We watched the old 1964 version of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. We have everything you could possibly sign up for in my house. Disney Plus, WWE Network, Hulu, Netflix, you name it. If you can pay for a streaming service, Peacock, whatever it is, HBO, I've got it, all right? We pay for it in my house. And as a result, the only thing I really watch on television is live news when there's a news story and also sports. That's it. So all of that is disappearing from the bundle, and it's going to have a massive impact on the overall valuation of sports in general because sports has been getting a free ride off of people who never watch it. LeBron James makes $40 million a year-ish to play in the NBA, and he makes tens of millions of those dollars off people who are paying for a cable and satellite bundle that they'll never watch. The vast majority of people who have cable and satellite right now don't watch the NBA in a year, and yet they're paying Disney/ESPN hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars for that programming of the NBA. So the 500 job cuts are about all of that money in subscription revenue disappearing. Now, they can also blame COVID, but all COVID has done is accelerated the cycle that they were already on. If you don't understand what I mean by that, this was already going to happen. The fact that there were no games and revenue declined even more precipitously put them on a faster front, onto the curve of failure faster than they would have otherwise been there as a result. So ESPN, I was told, decided to make these cuts this week because they knew that so much attention would be on the election, and they wanted to get the cuts out before it got closer to the holidays. So they were hoping that it wouldn't get as much attention if they dropped the news a couple of days after the election.